We don't want any trouble. We just want to get back to home to Chicago. That's all. No trouble." "How do you two dimwits know about Chicago?" said Big Donny. "That is where we're from," said L.A., "and we just want to get back there, that's all." "Well, we might be able to assist you in that," said Big Donny. "What's in it for us?" We'll be gone. We won't be any trouble to you." "You see, a while back," said Big Donny, "we found a machine that allows us to jump back and forth between here and Chicago. It seems some mobsters from that side of the pond came over here a while back with it. It seems that there was a lot of heat on them, so they needed a place to hide out for a while from the cops till the coast was clear. They were a bunch of gangsters, hoodlums and gangsters from Al Capone's outfit back in Chicago. They were being chased by the cops. Al Capone, that was 100 years ago," said L.A. "I don't know about that," said Big Donny. "At first, we were frightened by them, but we watched them real good, studied how they talked and walked and how they did things. Man, we, Sidney, the copperhead, and I, those were the days where we used to be their muscle in order to keep the peace for them. So that is what we did. We kept everybody else in line. And now that they're gone, we've kept the way they organize things going. Why change a smooth-running operation? Am I wrong?" said Big Donny. "So someone had to step in and run it. So why not us?" "Where did they go?" said L.A. "Oh, well," said Big Donny, "see, a piece of the machine that allowed them to jump back and forth between their world and ours, well, it went missing. They were all frightened that they were going to be trapped here on this side of the pond forever, and they couldn't take it, so they turned on each other. Words were exchanged, and then somebody started shooting, and it got real ugly real fast. And then after the smoke had cleared, they were all belly up. Sidney and I, we were in shock. The entire gang was gone to the great hoodlum land in the sky. May the roll of the dice be with them. And Sidney and I, we were left to pick up the pieces. So we worked together for a while, keeping things running smooth, but then we had sort of a falling out along the way, and so we formed our own gangs. It was better that we took over our own territory and kept things running smooth. We did it as a public service. And what do you know? Turns out I had the missing piece to their machine all the time in my pocket. It must have fallen into my pocket. Ha ha ha. Just then Krabby yelled downstairs, "Big Donny, the copperheads are outside." "What?" said Big Donny as he and his son hustled outside to face their enemy. Now alone, BZ and L.A. moved their chairs to a little so that they were now facing each other as they talked. "We gotta get out of here, BZ. BZ took control. What we got to do is get that machine, and when we get home, we'll smash it into 1,000 pieces." "Yeah, that sounds good to me," said L.A. Just then the Penguin snuck in through a hidden door. "You guys have got to get out of here now," as the Penguin cut the ropes binding them to their clothes. "Come with me." As soon as they were outside in the car driving away, Penguin said, We're a rebel movement trying to overthrow this system of gangs and go back to the way things used to be before the gangs took over. And everything changed around here. I liked what you said about cops being a force for good and taking an oath to serve and protect the community. I think the others will like that too, so I'm bringing you to our meeting." So when they walked into this meeting, Penguin introduced them. "This is Laura Trout and Vanessa Perch, and this is Wilma the Whitefish, and a few others were gathered in the back room of the store. Yeah, hi everyone, said the Penguin. These are two police officers from Chicago, BZ and LA, and they have come to talk to us about a better way. Hi, I'm BZ, said BZ, and I'm her partner, said LA. And we're police officers, here to be of assistance. From humble beginnings, a new voice of hope had come to the community of Fishland, and Fishland would never be the same. In the police cruiser, BZ and LA had several books on police procedures. The two most important were a book about the rights and responsibilities of the citizen to the community, as well as a book on rules and regulations of the Chicago Police Department. These two books formed the cornerstone of what BZ and LA began teaching the small group of Fishland, and they began teaching others, and soon all of Fishland wanted a police department. Even Sydney and Big Donnie were in favor of it. BZ and LA stood before the first graduating class of the Fishland Police Academy. We swear to protect the lives, rights, property, and dignity of all the members of the community, as well as all strangers and visitors to Fishland. So help us. Congratulations, you are now officially members of Fishland's finest. Little Donnie had graduated first in the class. He was quite a brilliant young man, even though little Donnie would never let on just how smart he was. But the 5 Copperhead sisters noticed. Nothing got by them. They were natural-born clue masters and noticed everything. BZ knew that they would make great detectives on the force, and that she and L.A. were leaving for Fishland in great hands. BZ and L.A. looked at the Mayor Penguin, Big Donnie and Sydney Belanetius Copperhead, or Sid to her friends, sitting up on the stage. They all were as proud could be, looking at the next generation of Fishland's finest. Fishland was reunited and moving forward as a community, and as the days passed, with police officers walking the beat and keeping an eye on things, making sure that everyone's rights and property were protected fairly and equally under the law, BZ and L.A. were happy and confident that they were leaving behind a well-run police department, prepared to say goodbye to Fishland and to the community that had accepted them. They got into their police cruiser as the community cheered them on as they drove away and switched on the machine that Big Donnie had given them for rescuing his son Little Donnie from the Copperheads. And they returned to Chicagoland an hour earlier than they had left it. Look, said L.A., who's that sitting in our spot? That's us, said BZ. Quick, we can't let them see us. So they hid their cruiser out of sight and waited on the Chicago street that they had disappeared from. And when they saw themselves race by, chasing the car from Fishland and disappearing into the circle, they promised each other never to mention anything about this ever again. BZ and L.A. each kept one of the pieces of the machine, and they could not see any reason why they would ever have to return to Fishland again. But you never know. One day, in their cruiser, they saw a hologram of Mayor Penguin appear, saying, BZ, L.A., we need you. And even they didn't know how the mayor had done it. They knew that they had another job to do and another community to serve. BZ and her partner L.A. Knew that it was now their duty to serve 2 communities, and they did so happily for many years before retiring and passing on the machine to 2 new members of Chicago's finest, and now Fishland's finest as well.